Hey guys, how's it going? Spinosaurus the King here, and in this video, I'm going to be joined by a special guest. Go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself.
What's good, Brooklanders? It's your girl Brooklyn and her boyfriend Kenji. Hey guys, David Church here, and once again I give my humblest thanks to Spinosaurus the King for inviting me to join him in this video.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Anytime. I mean, we've been homies for the last, I think we've actually met ever since like 2018, and again, we both are huge Jurassic fans. We both love the Spinosaurus, and you've just been a true friend ever since then, bro. I'm really glad that I met you, bro.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So anyways, guys, in this video, we're going to be doing our final predictions for Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 3, because now that we've seen the trailer and that we're less than 2 weeks away from the release date, we think now is the best time to make our final predictions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just around the corner, y'all.
Yep, it's literally less than 2 weeks away now, so I'm really excited for the show, for sure.
Oh, for sure, yes.
That's true. But anyways, bro, since you're the guest, why don't you go ahead and start out the video by telling us some predictions you have for Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 3.
Well, for starters, we finally see that Ben has a girlfriend.
Yep.
So, here's a wild card prediction. What if it turns out she's on Biosyn's side? Like, what if she's actually, like, working for them and is trying to help, like, the broker and, like, Biosyn stop the Nublar 6?
I mean, I think that is a possibility, because we know that this franchise is known for major plot twists. Like, again, like, another example of this is, like, in the Jurassic World Reboot trailer, it's led to believe that there's a lot of retcons happening, but I have a theory that the Jurassic World Reboot trailer was a lie, and then when we actually go see the movie on July 2nd, there's going to be a massive plot twist, and, like, this new island isn't the original facility for the original Jurassic World. They're just saying that to make us think, like, what the heck is going on, right?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you.
For sure, for sure. But I think that definitely is a big possibility. Maybe it's possible Ben's girlfriend and his grandma, they act good, but it turns out they actually are working for Biosyn, and that's the only reason why he was Ben's girlfriend. I mean, like, sometimes, relationships with someone you're dating, their true colors get revealed. I've been on that, page many times with girls in the past.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But again, I guess the biggest, like, my biggest predictions I have so far for Season 3 is, okay, so as we all know, when it comes to Spinosaurus appearing in the Jurassic shows and the Jurassic movies, like, literally every time he's appeared, he was in the trailers and marketing. So based off that alone, since they've been following this pattern since Jurassic Park all the way up until now, I don't think that we're going to see him in Season 3, sadly.
I agree. I mean, like you said, like, when it comes to the animated series, every time a new species is shown, we would see it in the trailer or some kind of preview, and so far, since we haven't seen any indication of Spinosaurus being in any of the previews, the chances are slim that it will actually be in Season 3.
For sure. Again, it's not impossible. There still could be a chance of him appearing, but it's just that, since, the only time we've ever seen, like, the Jurassic World 3 Spinosaurus or just a Spinosaurus appear in general, it's always shown in the trailer no matter what. So I'm just saying, like, I don't think they're going to break this pattern. I mean, they might break it, but, like, it just seems that the chances of them breaking this pattern anytime soon are kind of unlikely, in my opinion.
I agree. So therefore, I think at this rate, like I said, I don't think we're going to be seeing the Spinosaurus in Season 3. But we can't not fully rule out Season 4 yet.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, we don't have a trailer for Season 4, and we don't know exactly the route they're going to be going for Season 4. So here's what I'll say for now: for the Spinosaurus appearing in Season 4, I think that's a 50-50, and the Spinosaurus appearing in Season 3, since it wasn't in the trailer, like, I used to think it was a 50-50, but now that it wasn't in the trailer or the poster or the marketing, I think now it's about a 20% chance max.
Agreed. I think so too.
For sure. But it is nice to get the Gray Ceratosaurus back from Camp Cretaceous Season 2. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to know that there are other Ceratosauruses that indeed survived the events of Camp Cretaceous / the eruption of Fallen Kingdom.
For sure, that really is awesome, 100%. But I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to see some dinosaurs that were not in the trailer that actually are going to appear in the show. Because, like, I remember that this happened before with previous seasons, especially with season 3, where Toro wasn't in the trailer for Season 3, but he ended up showing up in the actual show.
I don't think he was in season
Or
3,
season
but
2, I forget. Actually, yeah, season 2,
like
I meant to say,
you're
actually.
right. Yeah, you're right. See, he was in season 2, but he wasn't in the previews. He wasn't in the trailers.
True, true. For sure. So based on that, maybe Toro could return, because this has happened before when it wasn't in a trailer and he appeared.
True.
So,
And but
yeah.
on the subject of season 3, I don't think any of the trailers showed the Ouranosaurus, but it showed up in season 3.
Yep. So Tyrannosaurus has the possibility to appear too. So that's Toro, or I think Toro and Tyrannosaurus are probably about a 50-50
I think so too.
for sure. Now with the Giga, since the Giga only appeared once in Jurassic World, sure it was in the trailer for Jurassic World Dominion, but we can't say that's a full-on pattern, because like ever since Jurassic World, it only appeared once. While with the Spinosaurus, it's appeared multiple times throughout the franchise. That's why I think it's a very consistent pattern that they're following with the Spinosaurus. But with the Giga, we don't know if they would follow that same pattern. Maybe they would, but at the same time, the Giga was in the Chaos Theory cards. So if the Giga's not in season 3, I can almost guarantee it's going to be in the final season, which is season 4
I'm with you there, bro. If it's not in season 3, it's definitely going to be in season 4.
for sure. Even if it doesn't have a big role, it's gonna be there for at least a cameo. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And probably the Therizinosaurus too, and maybe the other Dominion dinosaurs for a cameo in the Biosim facility.
Perhaps, but I mean, we do know that Pyroraptors could be in season 3, so
True,
that was a that was a pretty big thing for Dominion, even though it had only one scene.
for sure. It's also cool to see the Raptor lady back, because again, she wasn't in season 2, so it is really cool that she's back for season 3. Because I think her character was pretty scary. Just the fact that she barely blinks. She has like those wide eyes look, and she doesn't talk, and just whistles for the Raptors. She was a pretty horrifying villain,
Oh, tell me about it.
for sure. So it is cool to see her back.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Sono Santos was a pretty decent villain too. But my personal favorite out of the Dominion female villains is definitely the Raptor leader. I think she was absolutely terrifying,
Oh, absolutely.
for sure. But how about you? I assume your favorite female villain in the last couple of films was the Raptor lady as well, or do you prefer Sono
I
Santos?
prefer Santos. I mean, I just think the Raptor lady is just creepy.
True, true. Well, no, she definitely is creepy. I mean, Sono Santos is a better villain in terms of I don't know. I guess since she actually can talk, and she works with Biosyn, but I think the Raptor lady is definitely scarier though, for sure.
Oh yeah, that is for
For
sure.
sure, yeah. Now, in terms of dinosaur battles, maybe it's possible that again in season 2 we did get some battles, so we're definitely gonna get some battles as well for season 3. What I hope happens, if they're gonna have some big final battle like they did in season 1, because again they didn't do that in season 2, so maybe season 3 the big final battle could be since Baryonyx and Allosaurus, Carnotaurus, and Ceratosaurus are all confirmed. What if there's a massive fight involving all those at the end of season 3?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That really would be
I mean, we do know
awesome.
that the Amber Clave Black Market we saw in Dominion will be in season 3. There's a good chance of that happening.
Yep, that's for sure too. But it definitely would be cool. Again, if it's the Allosaurus and Carnotaurus from Jurassic Dominion making it the demon, the Carno Owl, I don't think those two would fight. But it would be cool to see maybe one of those two fight the Ceratosaurus or Baryonyx, because I don't think they would be friends with them. I think the only reason why that Allo and Carno don't fight is because they were raised together, maybe.
Perhaps.
For sure,
Maybe we'll learn more about them in season 3.
that's true. And again, based off what we saw in the trailer, I think season 3 is going to be taking place slightly before Dominion and during the mid part. I think the ending of season 3 will take place a little bit before the halfway point of Dominion, and then season 4 takes place in the final battle area of Dominion, maybe.
Could be. But all things considered too, it sort of feels like the events of Dominion happened in the course of 2, maybe 3 days. So with season 4, they would probably have to really be stretching things if they want to fit in with that few-hour gap, you know?
True, true. Well, I guess my guess is season 3 takes place slightly before and during Dominion, while season 4 is probably going to take place during Dominion and maybe just slightly after.
Well, all in all, it is possible.
True. Like I know they said they're not going to go after Dominion, but like I guess the furthest I could see them going is maybe like a couple of days after Dominion. I don't think they would go a couple of years or a couple of weeks after Dominion.
Yeah, I think like how it pretty much ends with after the whole fight between Rexy and Giga and the Therizinosaurus, and when Alan and Ellie testify in the court for Biosin, and when Owen and his family release Beta back to Blue.
Yep.
That all takes place, I think, like within at least 2 or 3 days after, maybe a week at most.
True. True.
So I think if they stay within that time frame, they'll be okay. Just as long as it's not like a year or two after Dominion.
For sure. But yes, someone told me that apparently it was season 3 was originally going to be the last, but apparently what they're doing now is season 4 is technically season 3 part 2. Like apparently season 3 is going to have 2 parts, part 1 and part 2, because they couldn't fit they didn't want to have way too many episodes for one season, so that's why we're getting a season 4 now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
For sure. But I'm like 99.9% sure season 4 is definitely going to be the last one, because season 3 was like so close to being the last one, right? So
Agreed. And since they can't go beyond Dominion, since they can't be contradicting things that come up in like Rebirth and beyond,
true.
that's also a thing. But what if maybe they're going to retool season 4 a bit so they can incorporate Rebirth elements?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I mean, considering that season 4 is coming out after Rebirth, I mean, that's totally possible. Or like, what if it helps to set up things in Rebirth? Like, remember how season 5 came out the month after Dominion?
Yeah.
We saw that in season 5 of Camp Cretaceous, Dogson got the Barbasol can.
Yep.
After we
that's
saw
true.
that he had it in Dominion. Therefore, season 5 explained how he got it.
True. And see, this is what I'm hoping more towards as well, because again, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous didn't really show too many tie-ins to Dominion, so here's hoping that Chaos Theory season 3 and 4, especially season 3, because we're going to see that very soon, will show a lot more ties into Dominion, so the show feels even more canon towards the live action. Like I know it's canon, but it would feel even more canon if there's more tie-ins, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. But based on what we saw in the season 3 trailer, it looks like they're really trying to tie this into Dominion, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, with the Pyroraptors and the black market in Malta, it's no doubt that we're getting ever closer to the events of Dominion in the animated series. And it's just a matter of time now where we see like animated versions of scenes in Dominion.
True. And what's it called? If I had to predict what dinosaur battles could happen again, like if that is the same Allosaurus and same Carnotaurus from Jurassic Dominion, then we're probably not going to see them fight because they didn't fight Dominion. So why would they just automatically make them fight now? But again, I do think a possibility we could possibly see is maybe Ceratosaurus versus Carnotaurus, or maybe Allosaurus versus Ceratosaurus. Like basically seeing the Ceratosaurus fight either the Carno, the Allo, what else? The Berry. Any of those, you know?
Yeah, I'd love for all those for sure.
Definitely, because they're all pretty even matchups too. Well, except for maybe the Allosaurus one, but like I think it's an even matchup with the Berry and the Chrono though.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure, because again, we know this Ceratosaurus is much larger than the real life one, and it's around similar size to like the Demon Carno and the Fallen Kingdom adult Berry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And some other returning species that we might see as well. Maybe it's possible we'll see the blind Baryonyx return, the Majungasaurus, the Suchomimus. I think any of those could return.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think the blind Baryonyx maybe not so much because the lab got blown up at the end of season 2.
Oh
if
yeah,
I remember correctly.
Yeah, I forgot the Baryonyx died. Never mind.
No worries. But also, come to think of it, who's to say that there won't be other genetic experiments to be seen in this new season?
Yeah, that is true.
Speaking of
But
which,
yeah.
how do you feel about the locusts returning?
I mean, with the Locust, like again, I first thought like a few years ago I wasn't the biggest fan of the Locust, but now that I think about it, like again, like they're not my favorite thing in the franchise, obviously, but I guess they do make sense though, because again, we know that they used prehistoric insects to get DNA out for dinosaurs, so it would make sense they also would bring back some prehistoric insects. I just wish Jurassic Dominion didn't focus so much on the locusts and focus more on like the dinosaurs. But I still think the locusts are cool though.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, the more that the locusts aren't as bad as people say. I
True,
mean, in the extended edition of Dominion, they certainly don't feel as prominent as they do in the theatrical version.
for sure. Yeah,
And also, I do agree on the one hand that it would have been more appropriate to see more of the dinosaurs in our world aspect of Dominion.
for sure. Yeah, like I said, like I think the locusts are cool. I just think that they should be focusing more on the dinosaurs because that's what we Jurassic fans prefer more than the prehistoric insects. You know?
Oh, you're so right about that.
Oh yeah,
Although
bro. But
that
it is
reminds,
nice to see them back.
yeah. Although that also got me thinking of another thing just now.
Yeah,
What if we see more Cenozoic creatures in season 3 and 4? I mean, after we got Smilodon in season 3 of Camp Cretaceous, and apparently I heard a rumor from somebody that a woolly mammoth was going to appear in Dominion. So,
I heard about that
what
as
if
well. So like it
that
is
happens?
possible because again, like if they have smiled on DNA, and we know that season three is gonna be taking place in some snowy environments. So I think it would be great to see a woolly mammoth appear for the next Cenozoic creature, and if that happens, that would be badass.
Agreed, agreed.
Especially if we get to see a fight like a new Smilodon or fights like a pack of raptors or something like that. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Like, wouldn't it be cool to see a woolly mammoth take on the
Oh
Pyroraptors?
my god, that would be badass actually.
Speaking of the Pyroraptors again, bro,
Yep.
remember that shot in the trailer where it shows, like, the Pyroraptors and the Atrociraptors together?
Yeah, that was interesting. It was cool to see those two in the same scene. Maybe since they're both rappers, they're able to somehow communicate a little bit, maybe
Yeah, I
form an
mean,
alliance.
are they going to team up? Are they going to fight each other? That's that's the biggest question about that shot right there, that scene.
True, true. But I mean, it would be cool to see a Pyraptor pack versus the Atrociraptor pack. So that's another prediction. If they're not teaming up, I guess they're about to fight each other. So it would be cool if we get to see two different Raptor packs fight. That would be awesome, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we didn't get a chance to see, like, Velociraptor versus Atrociraptor in Dominion,
True,
nor Atrociraptor versus Pyroraptor in Dominion, nor Velociraptor versus Pyroraptor. So
for
it
sure.
would be cool to see, like, our very first Raptor versus Raptor species fight in the whole Jurassic canon.
That really would be awesome. Like the main thing I'm hoping for season 3 and 4 is that they can include scenes that Dominion didn't include. Like, for example, bringing back the Spinosaurus, which would possibly happen in season 4, or showing some epic battles like Spinosaurus versus Giga, with obviously Spinosaurus winning, or showing just more scenes of the Giga. Because again, the Giga was kind of done dirty in Dominion. It only killed one Locust and then beat a T Rex and then died. So it would just I just feel like the Giga could have done so much more.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, remember how Dino Tracker was building up the Giga? Like, saying that, oh, like, you'll know a Giga's around when you see half-eaten corpses. So,
I do remember
so
that,
yeah,
bro.
when
Yeah, for sure.
that was on the Dino Tracker website, I thought the Giga was going to be more of a villain dino, an antagonist, like saying that it was like overkilling the population in the Biosin Valley.
Exactly, and the only thing it really killed was the Locust, and the only time, and like sure it fought Rexy in that deer scene, but it wasn't really like doing that to be a bully to Rexy. It was just fighting for survival to get food. So therefore, the Giga didn't even feel the Giga felt less like a villain than even Rexy was. And Rexy's not even considered a villain,
Right?
right? So damn, it really is kind of disappointing because they hyped it up to be like the Joker when this thing wasn't evil at all.
Tell me about it.
For sure.
So let's hope that if in season 3 or 4, should the Giga appear, we actually see it be much more of a threat to the Newbark 6.
For sure. I do think the Giga still has a chance to appear in season 3 because again, like we know, the Giga doesn't have a pattern where if it doesn't appear in the trailer, it doesn't appear in the movie. Because again, the Giga only appeared once in the franchise, so therefore we can't say it's a consistent pattern. So I do think the Giga has potential to possibly be in season 3 still. Maybe not for a massive role, but I think it might have a cameo. Maybe.
Yeah, that's possible. Who knows? What if it's the last thing we see at the end of season 3,
That would be
and then
awesome.
that helps build up season 4?
For sure, that would be awesome. Or imagine this: imagine there's like a second Giganotosaurus that appears, and the Spinosaurus kills that one, while Rexy and the Therizinosaurus kill the other Giga. That would be awesome, actually, if that was the case.
Oh, for sure.
But as of right now, there's only one Giganotosaurus in the canon, so like the chances of that happening are slim. But if there ever was a second one to be confirmed, that would be awesome to see for sure.
Oh, yeah.
definitely. And what else? What else should we add to this? Again, it is cool to see Italy back, and we're probably going to see the Biosin Valley. We got the anime version of the Locust and the Pyroraptor. Those are all amazing as well,
Oh, absolutely.
for sure. And the fact that Louis Dawson's back, and also the Raptor Lady's back as well. That's also amazing.
Mm-hmm. I
Now,
I like that.
sure. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be Campbell Scott that's going to be voicing it. I think it's going to be the same voice actor from Camp Creation Season 5, which is kind of disappointing because I think it would have been way better if it was Campbell Scott voicing him, you know?
I agree. I mean, they were able to get Deshaun Lockman, who played Santos in Dominion, to play her animated version in Chaos Theory. So,
True, true.
but then again, I sort of get that by having the voice actor for Dodgson from Camp Cretaceous, Campbell, I mean, not Campbell Scott, Adam Harrington come back. It helps, create that continuity.
Huh.
It helps
Yeah,
keep
that's
with
true.
consistent with
For
it.
sure. And then obviously we know Cameron Thorne is never going to be returned to the franchise because,
No,
as we know,
sir.
yeah, because unfortunately he turned out to be the opposite of what we thought. He's a pedophile, and he, sexually assaulted a girl that was young, which is horrible.
Very.
It definitely is a huge shock. Though I never thought that a famous Jurassic actor would be a predator like that. It really is shocking, man,
Oh, absolutely.
for sure. But based on that, we don't need people like that in the franchise.
You got that right.
True. That's okay. I mean, I think Campbell Scott is a great replacement because he looks very similar to Cameron Thorne in a way, right? So
He does.
for sure, definitely. But at the same time, I'm definitely not disappointed to why they didn't bring back Cameron Thorne because we know the exact reason why he didn't come back. So it's not a disappointment at all, to be honest. It's a good thing, to be honest,
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure. But yeah, I think something else that we'll get in season 3 is some more mysteries of Biosyn revealed in season 3. We'll probably find out more of what Biosyn has been up to throughout the years and what exactly they're doing during the events of Dominion as well,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
for sure. And again, since the Spinosaurus is probably not going to appear in season 3, hopefully we can at least get a mention of him.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd love to know what happened to him after Camp Cretaceous season
For
5.
sure. I just hope that we can at least get a mention of like all the Magical Island dinosaurs that were not in season 1 or 2 of Chaos Theory.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, like what happened to Rebel and Angel, the Spinoceratops twins? What happened to Little Edie? What happened to
For sure.
Pierce? And of course, what happened to the Spinosaurus?
Yeah, like there's just so many mysteries for the rest of the dinosaurs that like we don't know exactly. Like they're probably still alive, but we don't know where in the world they are, or what exactly happened to them after the events of Camp Cretaceous season 5, which took place in 2016.
Right?
For sure. I guess the only answer we have so far, it was revealed in season 1 when Sammy said the Magical Island was fully investigated and that there's no more dinosaurs left on the island. So based off that, they were all taken off that island.
Right. So, I mean, we know that much, but where are they now is the bigger
True,
question.
for sure. I mean, I guess it's possible they're at Biosin, but at the same time, I just feel like if all those dinosaurs were in the Biosin Valley, we would have saw them,
Mm-hmm.
or at
That's
least
true.
had some kind of mention. Like I don't think the Biosin Valley is that big where they can fit all those extra dinosaurs without us seeing them.
Right? So, who knows? Maybe we'll see the dinosaurs like we didn't see the cameras pointed at in Dominion that we will see in Chaos Theory.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, maybe it's possible there was the Magical Island dinosaurs were nearby the Biosin Valley, just not inside it, but we didn't see them because we only saw the dinosaurs that Colin wanted to point his camera at.
Right? So, maybe we'll finally see the ones that he didn't put the cameras at.
Hopefully, that would be awesome for sure.
That also reminds me. If they are officially going to be in the Biosin Valley, do you think we might see the buck in the dough like we did in Dominion?
I think it's possible. Yeah, I mean, it would be awesome to see their animated versions. I do think that could be a great surprise.
Oh, for sure.
And something I would love to see. Apparently, the Giga fought the Buck and Doe off screen in one. So if they can include that in Chaos Theory season 3 or 4 as like an anime fight, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, considering too that the buck and the doe I think are slightly younger than Rexy, maybe because of how old Rexy is. That's why she put put up less of a fight with the Giga, whereas with the Giga and going against the Buck and the Doe, it's two Rexes versus one Giga,
True.
and two Rexes that are slightly younger.
Yeah, for sure. It's more of an even matchup then, right? So
Or imagine the Giga fighting Big Edie, even though we know that's probably not going to be the case.
true. I mean, that would be a cool fight to see Big Edie versus the Giga, because we know that Big Edie is stronger than Jurassic with the mini Rexy, because that version of Rexy is very old and out of her prime. But Big Edie is the same size and strength as Rexy, but she's in her prime though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do think the Giga would struggle more to Big Edie than he did with Rexy for sure.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
But then also, it would be cool if they officially confirmed Spinosaurus being in the Biosin Valley, right?
For sure. I mean, the only way I could see the Spinosaurus being in the Biosyn Valley, based off of, like, with Ramses and the Giga's apex predator, at least for now, maybe it's possible the Spinosaurus was added to the Biosyn Valley recently, and the only one who really knew what it was Louis Dawson. It was like on the way of the other part where it wasn't near the Giga or Rexy or something. But I don't know. It would be hard to pull that off,
Oh yeah.
for sure. Just as long as they can do it where it makes sense, and they had like a secret where maybe the Spinosaurus was, whether it was in the black market or it was in the Biosyn Valley, but somewhere where it was like caged up where it can't get to like the Giga and Rex's area because it's too dangerous around them or something.
Could be. I mean, anything's possible.
For sure. That is true. I'm trying to think what else can we see in season 3.
Well, remember how at the start of the trailer, we saw that they're in a plane with a Kentrosaurus?
Yeah, I wonder if that's Pierce.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Could it be Pierce?
I mean, it's possible. The only part that makes me think that it might not be is because it was acting like all crazy and trying to hit the kids, but at the same time, maybe that's just because Pierce didn't recognize them at first and was stressed out because of the plane crash. Maybe, I don't know.
Could be.
For sure, but I wouldn't be shocked if that was Pierce. But at the same time, we've seen in season 2 there's a lot more other Kendras that look similar to Pierce, but it could be Pierce though.
Right. I mean, if we got a good shot of its tail, because we know that Pierce had one of his tail spikes broken off in Big Edie in season 4, so
True.
if that Kentrosaurus in the plane is missing a tail spike, then that is for sure Pierce.
That was confirmed for sure. Or again, once we get a better look at the Carnotaurus that appears in in season 3, if it's missing a horn and it looks big and it's black and red, then 100% it's the Demon Carnotaurus.
Absolutely.
Because like the shot we got of it in the trailer, it's very blurry. The only thing I can make out of it is that it definitely is a Carnotaurus.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's now just a giveaway.
For sure. And something else I missed too, it appears in the black market scene. If you look closely at the left, it almost looks like a Gallimimus type of figure. So I think Gallimimus is going to be in season 3 too.
Mm-hmm.
Or that could be something else. But it just looked like there's a Gallimimus on the left in the black market in that scene where Brooklyn was looking at the black market.
There could be. I know there was a Dimorphodon at least, and I think maybe there was a Gallimimus.
Yeah,
but
it kind of looked like it was. Yeah.
Plus, we do know for sure that there are a couple Stygimolochs there.
For sure. Yeah, their guarantee was the Dimorphodon and Stygimolochs, and what appears to be a Gallimimus at the left side, but it's kind of like blurred out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Plus, of course, as we know in Dominion, there's also going to be the Carnotaurus and Allosaurus, and also we know Baryonyx is there, and the Locust, and Lystrosaurus.
For sure. True. And if that adult Baryonyx we see in the trailer is like part of the black market, maybe it's possible that's the mother or the father of the juvenile Baryonyx with the robotic arm in Jurassic with Dominion.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool for sure.
Speaking of, with mentioning of the Lystrosaurus earlier, how likely do you think it could be that we'll see Kayla in season 3 or 4?
I think it's a possibility because again, if this takes place during Dominion, I think it's possible we could, I'm not sure if we'll get all the animated forms of the Jurassic World Dominion cast, but I do think it's possible we can get a few more. Like, imagine we got the original cast, or Kayla Watts, or maybe even Owen Grady, or Claire doing it their animated form. That would be awesome too.
Oh, that would be.
For sure. I would say it's a good 50-50 chance for these characters to appear.
Yeah. Although I do think if that is the case, out of like Kayla versus Claire and Owen, if they did bring any of those characters back, Kayla would probably be the one to have her like original actress come in, DeWanda Wise, because I don't think Chris Pratt or Bryce Dallas Howard would be back to voice Owen and Claire.
True, true. Yeah, I think Dewana Wise is the most likely option to return for voicing.
Same.
True. I mean, it would be kind of disappointing if it's not the other, like Chris Pratt or Bryce Dallas Howard or the original three voicing their characters, but it still would be cool to see them regardless.
Agreed. I mean,
For
it'd be
sure.
nice to see Owen and Claire again. Period.
True. Yeah, I agree. And I'm trying to think what else. I think yeah, we'll probably get some epic fights in season 3. We'll get some more secrets of Biosin revealed. Hopefully, we get some mentions of the Manticore Island dinosaurs because we still have been wondering for the last few years what happened to them. Um, I think
Oh,
it's
for sure.
possible. I think it's possible we'll see a red Ceratosaurus as well because on the Chaos Theory cards we do see the Jurassic 3 type of Ceratosaurus, so maybe it's possible we'll see that in the season as well.
Yeah. I mean, we saw both a gray and a red Ceratosaurus in season 2 of Camp Cretaceous, so
That's
I think
true,
it's
bro.
possible we'll get both variants in Chaos Theory.
Yep, for sure. And again, hopefully they can include some deleted scenes from Jurassic World Dominion into Jurassic Chaos Theory. Imagine there's a 3-way fight between the Spino, the Giga, and the Rex. That'd be pretty awesome. Just as long as they can do it, without Plotimer or
Oh,
Recons.
for sure. Because we know for a fact that A, the Giga would have to survive, and
True,
B, we still have to indicate that the Spinosaurus is more powerful because he's not under mind control.
for
And
sure. Yeah, because
C,
yeah,
it could not be Rexy in that fight because the day she arrives is also the day the Giga dies.
true, true.
So if there was a Rex in there, it'd most likely be the Buck or the Doe,
Yeah, that's
or
true.
both.
But speaking of the Spinosaurus, like again, I'm not super worried that they're going to ruin the Spinosaurus because again, Keon Camley, I'm sure you guys know him. He's a good friend of mine and David's. Like recently, he told me that CC thinks he said to me, if they really wanted to ruin the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, they would have done it by now. And in a way, I do agree because again, they've had so many chances to nerf or ruin it, but they never did. They could have done it in Jurassic World, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Dominion, Rebirth, or Camp Creation season 1 to 5, or Chaos season 1 or 2. So I just think that they probably would have already done it by now. So we
Right?
should we shouldn't really have much to worry about. I think
Right? That's what I'm thinking too.
for sure. But again, I'm all for it for seeing Spinosaurus versus Giga, and the only way it could work if they're gonna make him fight Zed from Dominion is that and obviously this time the Spinosaurus probably is not gonna be under mind control because the mind control was never in season 1 or 2, so I don't think it's gonna return. The only way it works is Spinosaurus either scares away the Giga or he knocks out the Giga, or if they're gonna kill off the Spinosaurus, the only way that would work without Vladimir, which hopefully they don't kill him off, but if they're gonna do it without Vladimir, then the Spinosaurus would have to fight a Giga that's stronger than Zeb, and he gets tired of the fight. And then when the Spinosaurus is too tired to fight back, that's when Zeb would use that to his advantage to go in for the kill.
That's for sure.
Like, I hope they don't do that because I mean that would be sad. But at least if they did it that way, it wouldn't be Vladimir
Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't.
for sure. But I don't think they're gonna kill off the Spinosaurus or Runa. I'm pretty sure they're not.
And besides, let's not forget that there's a rumor that the JP3 Spino could be in Rebirth. So
Exactly. Yeah.
if that is true, if they killed off the Spinosaurus in Chaos Theory, then that creates a continuity error. That breaks canon.
For sure. For sure. And plus, again, it's also rumored that the Spinosaurus is supposed to kill off this D-Rex mutant, and this D-Rex mutant is said to be, stronger than Rexy, the Giga, and the sorry, and the Indominus-Rex. So if the Spinosaurus was getting beat by Zeb, but then winning to something that's stronger than Zeb in Rebirth, how would that make sense too, right? So
Right?
for sure. Again, as of right now, I think the chances of Spinosaurus versus Giga are impossible because again, as we know, the Spinosaurus isn't even going to return right now, right? So,
Right, exactly.
like at first, like again, like here's the thing, like ever since we saw that season 4 had the Spinosaurus return for Camp Cretaceous, and also that there was a T-Rex as well on the same island, I knew a rematch was going to happen.
Right.
Like I was almost guaranteed. And then once we saw the trailer for season 5, where the Spino and the T Rex were in the same scene, I was like, yeah, that confirms it basically.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Now, again, for Spinosaurus versus Giga, the only way that this is going to probably guarantee happen is that we see them both in the same scene or they're both in the same season, you know?
Right? Exactly.
For sure. So, like, right now, like, we don't have enough evidence to, like, there's a lot more evidence to suggest that it won't happen in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it did happen, I would be pretty shocked because there's very little evidence to support that, but it really would be a great surprise if they did that.
Yeah, it would be.
For sure. But as right now, I don't think there is a second Giga. So again, if the Spinosaurus fights it, he's probably just going to scare it away or knock it out.
I agree.
Just so, because again, obviously he can't kill Zed, because if he kills Zed, then how that would break canon, because Rexy and the Therizinosaurs were the ones to kill Zed.
Right? I mean, and I know that Chaos Theory is supposed to be canon,
For sure, yeah.
even though it did kind of, even though it did retcon when Dominion takes place.
True. For sure. Yeah, but unfortunately, this franchise is known for retcons. Hopefully, one day they can calm it down, because if all these things are true with Rebirth, that's just way too many retcons. So hopefully, there's a massive plot twist instead of retcons for Jurassic World Rebirth.
Right? Especially since David Kep said that Rebirth would have no retcons or like continuity errors, because he said he hates those, and that the
Sure.
events of the movies previous to Dominion and previous to Rebirth still happen,
For sure, and
that they can't be contradicted or denied.
exactly, and I don't blame him for saying that. I would say the same thing too if I was making a Jurassic movie, because again, like when you ruin characters or dinosaurs or the story with plot or retcons, it just makes the story not interesting anymore.
Right? Exactly.
For sure. But it kind of does suck that they did that. I wonder why they decided to retcon the timeline, doing it and make it take place in the wintertime, no longer in the summer. It's kind of weird.
It is. Although, come to think of it, we see that, in some of the first scenes of the movie, there's like snow on the ground.
True.
And that's kind of a very odd thing to see in a summertime setting.
Yeah, it's true. At least that part can explain it, at least. So it's not like a full on retcon because there is snow. So
Hmm. Also, I remember one of the writers of Chaos Theory posted on her Tumblr, I believe it was, saying that with Owen's motorcycle, saying like the tags on it said like August of 2022. That
right.
just meant that's when they expired, whereas that's not the actual date it sets.
Yeah, that's
Not to
true.
mention too that I don't think there are many places in Dominion where we see a calendar where we know officially when the movie takes place.
Yeah, that's also true as well.
Yeah, because like in the first Jurassic Park, we actually see that the movie does indeed take place in June 1993.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, so I guess it's not a full on retcon because they never actually fully said what month or day it is in Jurassic World Dominion. So maybe it could, like, I guess they found a way to pull it off.
Yeah, possibly.
Which is a good thing. So at least now it doesn't feel it doesn't feel nearly as much of a retcon as it did before.
Right?
That's true. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, it would also be cool to see the Monolophus pack return from because I think they were in season 1 of Chaos Theory, weren't they?
They were in season 2, the Monolophosaurus.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, season 2. Yes, it would be cool to see them back too.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I'm just or won't it be cool to see Dilophosaurus again too?
Yep, that would be awesome. But I'm gonna be honest though, it kind of sucks that this what's it called? They made the Suchomimus so small in Chaos Theory, eh?
Well, I mean, didn't we realize that it wasn't a fully grown one?
True. Hopefully, if we're lucky in season 3, they can introduce us to a fully grown one, if a fully grown one exists during that time.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's
For sure.
the case.
Yeah. If not, I guess like all the Suchomimuses that we see were bred recently, and we won't get to see them fully grown for a good little bit more time.
That could be the case.
But if we ever do get to see a fully grown Suchomimus, like one rematch I'd love to see is Suchomimus versus Majungasaurus, with showing the actual winner who would win.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if they're both fully grown, I can guarantee the Suchomimus would win for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot bigger, It has like those giant claws and stuff.
Right.
For sure. Yeah. But again, I'm not as disappointed as I was originally for the Suchomimus because originally I wasn't really paying attention to his size so much in season 2. That's why, I was kind of confused why it's so weak. But then when you look at it compared to the Hippo and the Majungasaurus, it's small as hell compared to what I realized Suchomimus was, right? So
That's true.
yeah, which explains why he got no diffed by a Majungasaurus and was struggling heavily to a Hippo. Because again, if it was a max size Suchomimus, there's no way it's gonna struggle to a Hippo then.
Oh, that's for sure.
For sure. Like, I'm not saying hippos are weak. I'm just saying that, like, a fully grown Suchomimus is like double the size of a hippo almost, right?
Yep.
So it wouldn't really be a fair fight then.
Indeed, it wouldn't.
True. For sure. But yeah, again, for now, like, in terms of like returning species that were not in the trailers that I think are possible, I think it's possible we could see the Jurassic Dominion dinosaurs. I think it's possible we can see maybe the Manticore Island dinosaurs, maybe not the Spinosaurus, but the other ones could possibly return. Maybe I think it's possible that the Chaos Theory Season 2 for species like the Majungasaurus or the Suchomimus, they have a chance to return as well.
Right?
For sure.
I'm hoping that's the case too.
For sure. I'm also hoping we can get some more dinosaur battles in Season 3 because Season 2 didn't really have as much as Season 1, right? So,
Oh yeah, season 2 didn't in comparison to season 1 and others, so.
for sure. Yeah, so hopefully this one, like, I hope this one can do something similar to Season 1 where there could be like a big giant final battle with like so many dinosaurs. That would be awesome.
Oh, I agree.
Because Season 1's final battle was pretty epic with like it had like a T-Rex, an Allosaurus, a Troceraptors, a Carnotaurus, a Suchomimus, a Parasaurolophus, a Pachyrhinosaurus. It was, oh my god, it was intense.
It was.
Yeah, like something like that for Season 3, or at least for one of the seasons, like Season 3 or 4. If we can get something like that again, that would be awesome.
Oh, it would be.
Like, just imagine that, but it's like the Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, the Giga, maybe the Ceratosaurus, Carnotaurus, Suchomimus. Like, imagine all of them in there in a battle. That would be awesome.
It would be.
For sure. That is true. And then again,
So one last thing I want to talk about for predictions.
For sure, yeah.
Do you think Brooklyn is officially gonna like join Santos, like officially become one of the villains, or do you think she's gonna rejoin with the rest of her friends?
That's a good question because the trailer gets you really thinking about that. But like, I think there's no middle ground to this. It goes either two ways. It's either she's still being a spy for Biosyn so she can get them exposed. So, because she's doing it because obviously she didn't like what they've done, or maybe she actually grew a relationship with Louis Doxson and Santos because they offered her a lot of money, and maybe she just grew a bond with them. And so, like, it's hard to tell, to be honest. I do think if I had to predict though, like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Do you think Brooklyn's going to turn on them or no?
I agree. It is very hard to tell at the moment.
For sure.
I mean, I hope at the end of the day she becomes friends with them again, but part of me kind of feels like maybe she isn't.
I would say it's a good 50-50 for this because like there's a lot of evidence to support both suggestions, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in Season 2, like she's like we saw her saying that she was going to be a spy, but now Season 3, it looks like she looks a little bit more intense about it. So maybe it's possible she actually legit did turn on them.
Oh yeah, I agree there.
But I'm gonna be honest though, if Brooklyn really did turn on them, I'm not fully surprised because I've always had bad feelings about her ever since I first saw Season 1.
Right.
So if she really is the evil overall, then I'm not surprised because like I kind of had a feeling that she would become evil for some reason, and it looks like my gut was telling me the truth. That was the case.
Right. I mean, again, I just hope she doesn't become evil. Like
yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, but we'll see. I guess.
For sure.
True. Because it really does become evil. That really just makes her like shows how evil she really is, betraying her friends. Her good friends too.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good news is we'll all find out in less than 2 weeks.
Yep. We're less than 2 weeks away. I do think that I do think that we're definitely gonna get some battles involving the Ceratosaurus, the Baryonyx, and the Allosaurus and Carnotaurus. I think that's guaranteed. What exact battles we're gonna get, I don't know, but I do think that I have a feeling that we're gonna get a battle with the Ceratosaurus, and hopefully this time they can actually do justice for the Ceratosaurus instead of showing the Ceratosaurus constantly losing battles, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Because the last time we saw the Ceratosaurus fight, it just got one shot by the Scorpius-Rex. So it would be nice to show the Ceratosaurus winning for a change, you know?
It would be.
Like whether he wins to, like obviously he wouldn't win to the Demon Carnotaurus or the Allosaurus, but if he won to like a smaller Carnotaurus like Toro, or the Green Carno, or the Baryonyx or the Sukhoi, I just think any of those would be cool. Just to see him win for a change.
Yeah, it would be cool.
That is true. And then I'm trying to think. I think we covered most things. Can you think of any other final predictions, brother?
Not that I can think of right at the top of my head. I think we covered most of it.
Same here, for sure. And at the end of the day, I don't really want to think too much about the sponsors being ruined. If he did get ruined, I would deal with it then. But again, it's better to not deal with that unless it actually happens, you know.
Agreed.
And like again, based off what happens season 4 and 5, I don't think they are going to ruin it. I think it's been established that he is the strongest. You know, he is by far the strongest land carnivore in the franchise based off what he did in Jurassic Park 3 and also in Camp Cretaceous. So based off that, we should be good.
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah, and of course how strong he is in Evolution 2 as well.
Oh yeah, we can't rule that out. So
True. Hopefully they keep him the same strength like this in Evolution 3.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Because I know unfortunately Evolution 1 he was nerfed, but Evolution 2 was definitely a huge improvement on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, I
for
think.
sure.
Yep, that all makes sense now. So
For sure. But speaking of T-Rex versus Spinosaurus rematch, or T-Rex versus Giga, or Giga versus Spinosaurus, I think the only way that has a possibility happening in season 4, I highly doubt that's going to happen in season 3. Like my final prediction before watching season 3 is that the Spinosaurus won't be in season 3 and won't fight anything in season 3.
yeah, I think so. I think one big battle would be enough with the
Sure.
Spino.
But what's your final prediction for season 3? Do you think the Spinosaurus will or won't be in season 3? For me, like I'm gonna have to say no. But what do you think?
I have to agree with you, bro. I think at this point, Spinosaurus is not appearing in season 3.
True. But season 4, like again, it's definitely not impossible for season 4. Season 3, it's close to impossible, but like there still is that slight chance. But I highly doubt it.
Agreed. I mean, like we've said, if Spinosaurus were appearing in season 3, we'd know by now.
Yeah, that is true. Now, if he does appear in season 4, that would be cool because at least this way it can explain where the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 is during the events of Dominion and what happens to him. But like during the events of Dominion, that would be awesome if that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly want to see what happened to the Spinosaurus post Camp Cretaceous season 5.
So do I,
It'd be
bro.
nice to know officially where the JP3 one has been all this time.
For sure, because he never was killed off in season 5, and he never also was confirmed dead. So therefore, as of right now, he is like sure he's unknown if he's still alive right now or not. But I'm pretty sure he's still alive because he's a lot younger than Rexy, so he definitely wouldn't have died old age he has, right? So
That's for sure.
for sure, that is true. And then yeah, again, I think there's I wouldn't say a huge chance of like the Jurassic Dominion characters and Anime 4 coming in, but I do think that's a good 50-50 chance of happening, and that would be awesome if it happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Or they make something else I just remembered to mention in this video is that what did they make animated remakes of Jurassic Dominion of Owen Grady riding through the streets in Malta with like the Velociraptor and the Allosaurus and Carnotaurus? That would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. I think that'd be wonderful.
Yep. And something else I heard too. Apparently, the scooter that the Dimorphodon's flying off with is apparently the scooter that the Allosaurus ate the guy off. So if that was the case, that would be a great connection too.
Yeah, I heard that theory as well.
For sure.
That would be awesome if that were true.
For sure. I mean, it's definitely possible. You never know, right? So hopefully it gets explained.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. But again, if that really is the Demon Carnotaurus, let's hope they don't make it small. Because again, unfortunately, when they brought the battle, they brought Allosaurus in season 1. It's a lot smaller than its live action counterpart,
right?
Which was probably an error. Now with the green, like what gets me worried with the Demon Carnotaurus appearing in this is because again, when you look at the green Carnotaurus that appeared in season 1, it looks to be the same size as Toro. So I hope that's just not going to be like all the Carnotaurus' size in the anime form, because it wouldn't make sense for the Demon Carnotaurus to be the same size of Toro, you know?
Agreed. That would be kind of weird.
True. I mean, if they want to use the same model but make it bigger and take off the horn, that's fine. Just as long as they make it bigger, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, because like we know the Demon Carnotaurus is a lot bigger than Toro, so
That's right.
for sure. And anyways, guys, tell us, what are your thoughts on this? What do you guys hope to see in Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 3? Do you think that the Spinosaurus or Giga will be in this? Do you think we'll get more secrets of Bison revealed? And David, what else do you think we should ask the people in the comments about?
Do you think Brooklyn will join up with her old friends again, or do you think she'll be permanently part of Soyana Santos's inner circle?
Yep, that's definitely a great question as well. And do you guys also think that we're going to see some epic battles in season 3? Because we know that every single seasons for Chaos Theory and Cambridge always show us at least 1 or 2 battles or more. So we're definitely going to get at least a couple in this, probably.
Oh yeah, at least a couple, I hope.
For sure, hopefully more than a couple, but there'll be at least a couple like season 2 had.
Oh yeah.
For sure. But anyways, you guys, let us know in the comments down below. And David, it was once again, bro. It was great having you here. You're the best, bro.
Likewise, bro. And thanks for having me on again.
No problem, bro.
And we'll definitely do another video once season 3 is out and we've watched it and we can summarize our thoughts.
Oh, for sure. We'll do our non-spoiler and our spoiler review once we see it, for sure.
Yep. So everybody keep your eyes open for that, for both of those videos.
That's true. And I guess the last thing I'll add about Chaos Theory Season 3 is that do you guys also think it's possible we could see some returning characters that haven't died off? Like, like Turner, what's her name? Turner from Magical Island?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dr. Turner.
Yeah, do you guys think that Dr. Turner can return, David Roxy, or any of the characters from Camp Agents or Chaos Theory that were not died and then to come back? I think that they could, some of them could possibly come back for at least a cameo or more.
Yeah, I'd love that.
For sure.
That'd be great.
Yep, it also would be a great callback to Camp Cretaceous as well.
For sure.
True. All right, brother, we got to make this video. That was awesome. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit tired. I was tired making this video, but not super tired. And plus, I just really wanted to make this video. I was super excited to make it.
Yeah, and I'm glad we were able to do this now. That way,
For sure.
the sooner we get it out, the better.
Oh yeah,
especially since, like I said, less than 2 weeks from now we get season 3.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get this video out ASAP.
Oh, good.
For sure.
And besides, so it's season 3 coming out soon. I'm gonna have to rewatch both seasons 1 and 2 very soon.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be a lot of watching, but it'll be a lot of fun watching because they're great shows to watch.
Oh yeah. I mean, back when Camp Cretaceous was still being released with all their new seasons, I'd always binge watch the series to get caught up.
Nice. Yeah, it's always fun to do movie or TV show marathons before a new one comes out,
Yep.
For sure.
Just like how every June I do a Jurassic Park marathon.
Nice. Oh, that's fun for sure.
Yep, and it's definitely going to be something to do this June with Jurassic World Rebirth coming out in July.
True. And speaking of Camp Cretaceous, like overall, I liked Camp Cretaceous. The only thing that I wasn't the biggest fan of is that it was kind of, cartoon friendly. But I do think there's a huge improvement on that with Chaos Theory, because again, Chaos Theory really shows, human and dino deaths on screen, so it's a lot more brutal than Camp Cretaceous, which I like.
Oh, same.
For sure. Just because again, it just feels too childish when they're just not doing it. Like, because again, I know Jurassic's not rated R, but at the same time, they make it so childish where we don't see anything that's crazy at all. It just feels too, kiddish then, right? So.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of like the story and the dinosaur battles and all that in Camp Cretaceous, that part I loved about the 5th season of Camp Cretaceous,
Yeah, I agree.
And I am glad that they improved on their mistakes with Camp Cretaceous with Chaos Theory and didn't make it as childish,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chaos Theory is definitely darker than Camp Cretaceous.
For sure. But like darker in a good way, where it's more like interesting to watch, so.
Right.
For sure. Which gets me more excited if the Spinosaurus returns, because they could do more dark things because it's not as child friendly as Camp Cretaceous,
That's for sure.
And on top of that, he's not going to be like, I highly doubt he'll be mind controlled again, because as we saw in season 1 and 2, the mind control is not there, so therefore it probably won't come back.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking
Which is
too.
a good thing, because we don't want the sponsors to return to be mind controlled again for a whole season. That would suck.
Yeah, that's for sure. Although, come to think of it, maybe we'll see the mind control again just because we know that that's how they were able to get the dinosaurs into the one area in Dominion, because that was the one tie to Camp Cretaceous that Dominion had.
Actually, that is true. So maybe based on that, we might see it again, but like I don't think it's going to be used as much as it was in season 5. Hopefully,
I agree. Hopefully, it won't be as prominent, but I'm
sure.
sure it'll get mentioned.
For sure, it'll probably be at least mentioned. Maybe the only parts where we see mind control is when they're trying to lure the dinosaurs to go to like a certain area in the Biosphere Valley, like they did in Jurassic Dominion. But other than that, though, I don't think we'll see mind control fights anymore.
Yeah, I think at this point, the mind control won't be for fights,
True,
but
thank God. Yeah,
just for ushering, like we see in
for sure.
Dominion.
Which is a good thing, because again, when you have dinosaur mind control, it weakens their abilities, so it makes the fight not as fair or not as good.
Right?
Before I end this video, I want to thank all my fans who are also my friends who continue watching my videos. You guys are the best. I appreciate all the support my fans are giving me. I love all my fans. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you're alerted for my next video on YouTube. Leave a like, post a friendly comment, and share my videos with everyone you know. I also hope you guys can consider joining my Patreon for amazing extra content and to support me. I have some amazing deals for extra content on my Patreon, so be sure to check it out. The link to my Patreon is in the description below. Each Patreon tier has a list of all the benefits you will receive if you join, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for extra content there as well. And until my next video, have a great day and take care everyone.